Have you ever stopped to think about the true power of words? They are not just sounds or symbols. They shape our reality, influence our actions, and impact the world around us. Since ancient times, words have been seen as sources of divine wisdom and spiritual truth. In Christianity, for example, they are the vehicle of the creation of the universe and the revelation of the divine plan. Amazing, right? But let's go further. Words are the bridge between our inner and outer worlds. They articulate our thoughts, emotions, and attitudes. Imagine trying to express love or empathy without them. However, words can also be a source of misunderstandings since their meanings can vary depending on the context and culture. And what about the limitations of language? While it simplifies and categorizes reality, it also prevents us from expressing deep and transcendent experiences. Have you ever thought about that? Now, dive into the magic of words. Historically, they were used in enchantments and rituals to influence reality. They carry energy and resonance and can even change a person's vibrational frequency. Mantras and positive affirmations are proof of this. But is simplicity and honesty in language the key to truly effective communication? Words, these small combinations of sounds and letters, have surprising power. They not only describe the world around us, but often shape our reality. Think about how a simple phrase can change the course of a day or even the direction of a life. When someone says "I love you," for example, those 3 words can completely transform the relationship between 2 people. Likewise, a criticism or a negative comment can instantly bring someone down. Words have this capacity to influence our actions and impact the world in ways we often don't realize. In many cultures and religions, words are seen as a source of divine wisdom and spiritual truth. In Hinduism, for example, mantras are recited to invoke the presence of deities and channel spiritual energies. In Judaism, the words of the Torah are considered sacred and carry significant spiritual weight. This idea that words have a power beyond mere communication is a constant in various spiritual traditions around the world. They are seen as a means of connecting with the divine, a vehicle for transmitting and receiving wisdom and guidance. Christianity offers a clear example of the power of words in the creation of the universe and the revelation of the divine plan. According to the Bible, God created the world through words, and God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. This passage from Genesis illustrates how God's word is not just a means of communication but an instrument of creation. Moreover, the teachings of Jesus, conveyed through words, have inspired millions of people over the centuries. The written word in the scriptures is seen as a guide for life and a source of spiritual truth. But it's not only in religions that we see this power of words. In literature, politics, and everyday life, words have a profound impact. Inspiring speeches can mobilize nations, while propaganda can manipulate opinions and behaviors. Writers and poets use words to explore the human condition, express complex emotions, and challenge social norms. In all these contexts, words have a unique capacity to influence thoughts, feelings, and actions. Therefore, it's essential to recognize and respect the power of words. They are not merely instruments of communication but forces that shape our reality and perception of the world. Using words consciously and responsibly is crucial, not only for our own integrity but also for the well-being of those around us. After all, as the saying goes, words have power, and it's a power we must use wisely. Words play a crucial role in articulating our thoughts, emotions, and attitudes. They are the bridge that connects our inner world with the outer world, allowing us to express what we feel and think in a way that others can understand. Imagine trying to describe a sunset without words. While gestures and facial expressions can help, nothing compares to the descriptive and evocative power of words. They allow us to paint mental pictures, tell stories, and share experiences in a way that no other form of communication can. In addition to facilitating individual expression, words are fundamental to forming connections between people. When we express feelings like love, gratitude, or empathy, we strengthen the bonds that unite us. A simple thank you can create a sense of reciprocity and appreciation, while an "I'm sorry" can open doors to reconciliation and forgiveness. These small acts of verbal communication are essential for the harmonious functioning of human relationships and for building a sense of community. However, verbal communication also has its challenges. Words can be interpreted in different ways depending on the context and culture. What is considered a compliment in one culture can be seen as an insult in another. Additionally, words can have multiple meanings, which can lead to misunderstandings. For example, the word sautéed in Portuguese doesn't have an exact translation in many other languages, which can make it difficult to communicate complex feelings to speakers of other languages. These challenges highlight the importance of being clear and conscious in our choice of words. Another interesting aspect is how words can be used to manipulate and influence. Politicians, advertisers, and even religious leaders often carefully choose their words to persuade and convince. A well-crafted speech can mobilize masses, while effective advertising can change consumer behaviors. While this capacity to influence can be used for good, it also has the potential to be exploited negatively, manipulating people and situations for personal or specific group gains. Therefore, it's crucial to develop a sensitivity to the power of words in human expression and connection. By being conscious of how our words affect others, we can use this powerful tool to build bridges, promote understanding, and strengthen relationships. After all, effective communication is the foundation of any successful human interaction, and words are the primary means through which we convey our intentions and feelings. Although language is a powerful tool for communication, it also has its limitations. One of the main challenges is that language simplifies and categorizes reality, often failing to capture the complexity and depth of human experiences. For example, when we say we are sad, that word may not fully convey the range of emotions we are feeling. There may be nuances of melancholy, despair, or even a tranquil sadness, each with its own characteristics and intensities. The word sad acts as a simplified label that hides this complexity. Another challenge is the difficulty of articulating deep emotions and transcendent experiences. There are moments in life when words seem insufficient to describe what we are feeling or experiencing. Anyone who has experienced deep love, devastating loss, or a moment of spiritual enlightenment knows that these experiences often transcend the limitations of language. This inability to fully translate these experiences into words can lead to feelings of frustration and misunderstanding, both for those trying to express themselves and those trying to understand. The subjectivity of words can also evoke different emotional responses, which can lead to misunderstandings. A word that is positive for one person may be negative for another, depending on their life experiences and cultural context. For example, the word ambition may be seen as a positive quality of determination and vision by some people, while others may interpret it as greed and selfishness. This subjectivity makes communication even more complex and highlights the importance of considering the context and perspective of the interlocutor. Additionally, language can be used in ways that limit or distort reality. Vague or ambiguous terms can be used to manipulate or hide the truth. Politicians and advertisers often use euphemisms to soften reality or avoid responsibility. For example, using the term collateral damage instead of civilian deaths in military contexts is a form of language that dehumanizes and minimizes the severity of the situation. This duality of language can be dangerous, as it has the potential to distort public perception and influence decisions in an unfair manner. Therefore, although language is an essential tool for communication, it's important to be aware of its limitations and dualities. Recognizing these limitations can help us be more careful and precise in our choice of words, promoting clearer and more effective communication. Additionally, by understanding the dualities of language, we can develop greater sensitivity to the nuances and complexities of human communication, improving our ability to understand and be understood. Since time immemorial, words have been seen as possessing a kind of magic, a capacity to influence reality in profound and mysterious ways. Historically, they were used in enchantments and rituals, with the belief that speaking them in a certain way could alter the course of events. Imagine a shaman or priest reciting sacred words, firmly believing that these words had the power to heal, protect, or even curse. This belief in the power of words is not just a relic of the past, it remains present in many cultures and traditions around the world. Words carry energy and resonance, influencing both personal and collective experiences. When we are in an environment where positive and encouraging words are frequently used, we tend to feel more motivated and confident. Conversely, an environment where negative and critical words dominate can make us feel undervalued and demotivated. This shows how words have the power to shape our emotional state and our perception of reality. Mantras and positive affirmations are a clear example of how words can alter vibrational frequency, promoting harmony and well-being. Repeating phrases like "I am capable" or "I deserve to be happy" may seem simple, but these practices have deep roots in spiritual and psychological traditions that recognize the transformative power of words. By repeating these affirmations, we are, in a way, reprogramming our minds to focus on positive and constructive aspects of life. Simplicity and honesty in language are essential for effective communication and education. In a world where we are often bombarded with complex and, many times, confusing information, clarity and sincerity can make all the difference. When we speak in a direct and honest manner, we not only facilitate understanding but also build trust. This is crucial, whether in formal education, where the instructor's clarity can determine the success of learning, or in our daily interactions, where honesty strengthens interpersonal bonds. Therefore, reflecting on the magic and influence of words, it becomes clear that they are much more than simple vehicles of communication. They carry the capacity to transform, inspire, and even heal. Recognizing and using this power consciously can help us create a more harmonious and positive world. After all, if words have the power to shape reality, why not use them to create the best possible reality? Words play a crucial role in our connection with others. They are the bridge between our inner and outer worlds. Have you ever felt that sense of relief after venting to a friend? Or the joy of hearing a compliment? That's the magic of words in action. But be careful, they can also be traps. A simple misunderstanding can cause significant conflicts. Have you ever experienced this? How did you deal with it? But think with me, language, despite being powerful, has its limitations. Have you ever tried to describe a deep emotion and felt that words were not enough? Yes, our communication sometimes fails to express the complexity of the human experience. And speaking of magic, did you know that words were used in ancient rituals? Yes, mantras and positive affirmations are an example of this, altering our vibrational frequency and bringing harmony. Have you tried it? Does it work for you? So, how about reflecting more on simplicity and honesty in our communication? How can we use words more consciously and powerfully in our daily lives? Share your stories and reflections in the comments. I'm curious to hear about your experiences.